Let's get into some holiday stuff because I know that's a interesting one. How has holiday marketing changed over the past 3 to 5 years? What are customer expectations now versus before? What are you noticing?
Well, first of all, it's earlier. So we are seeing tremendous search traffic to our site. This happened for Halloween much earlier when we look year on year, seeing the searches and guest interest around Halloween. Christmas, same thing. So we are pulling that forward to make sure that we have product for our guests when they're looking for it. It's no longer, wait until Black Friday, Cyber Week to kick off things. It starts in September, October. We had a lot of fun this July with Christmas in July and saw a great response to that. We already know our guests are thinking about gifting and how they're going to celebrate the holidays. I also think this holiday, it'll be different. Last year, people were still at a moment where they couldn't necessarily connect in person with their families the way they would have wanted to. I think that's going to change this year. And so we're really embracing this idea of hugs for the holiday, coming back together, being together again, celebrating. And what does that mean for creating moments and memories? So we're thinking about our workshops first and foremost as a destination, and how do we use digital marketing to let people know that the workshop is a great place to come, make a bear together, create a memory, come for Black Friday again. I used to, when I was always out in stores on Black Friday, and I would see families in, matching sweatshirts. They were out. It was all about the event and just going out and kicking off the holiday celebration. We want to welcome our guests at that time. Come make a furry friend, enjoy that holiday spirit. In terms of how we're going to market that, this holiday will be leaning more into spending more time and resources on personalization through marketing. We just went live with the Salesforce Loyalty Cloud a couple of weeks ago. One of the things that I think is really interesting about our brand is that about 80% of our guests, when they're in our stores, we capture their email address or their mobile number. They're highly engaged with us. And so we have all of that, first party data. We have that, we call it a friendship. I don't even like to think of it as like, oh, it's a transactional element. We have friendship information on our guests. And so our guests, they want to hear from us. They want to hear about our community. They want to hear about maybe new partnerships that we have. And so as we move into Christmas, we're going to be looking at more personalization around making sure, is this guest a collector? Do they love a certain product line with us? Well, we want to share with them maybe what's new in that product line. Or are they there for just a celebratory moment? Okay, if that's the case, then let's share with them maybe seasonal product that they may want to commemorate the holiday with. So our marketing is evolving to capture more about the behaviors that guest has with Build-A-Bear so that we can engage with them on more of a friendship level. And I'm excited about us being able to take that to a next level this holiday compared to where we were last holiday, because we have new tools to do that and we've learned more. We're going to also lean into more in TikTok this holiday. We have a lot of fans that love the work that we do in TikTok. We have bear builders, we have associates that love posting in TikTok, and it's very organic. It's not this scripted, type marketing. We just stand back and watch it, and our guests love it and they're engaged with us, and that's going to drive, traffic and interest as well. And then we have probably the broadest holiday product line I've seen since I've been with the company. Licensed product like Nightmare Before Christmas. And then our biggest item that we sell in the holidays is our Merry Mission product. We make a reindeer. Her name is Glisten. She's always our top seller. We have a new version of her. We're going to market her in a new way this holiday. We have some great creative, content to your earlier point is king right now. So we're spending a ton of time creating, beautiful content around our product and figuring out all the channels that we can push the different elements of content out in. Spend a lot of time thinking through that. It's a fun, creative part of the business, but it's also very data driven. And I love that. I love the left brain, right brain approach that we have in digital marketing today. So a lot of fun stuff coming this holiday, and it'll be earlier than it's ever been.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, and as you say that, I'm thinking like my own behavior, like me and my partner. It's like, yep, we're already looking way ahead, and I didn't really notice that, but we're doing it earlier this year than we did before, which is to your point, really interesting. So looking ahead, I mean, how do you see holiday marketing evolving even more over the next few years? What do you see happening more of the next 3 to 5 years?
Definitely personalization. So, I mean, obviously, it's funny. I attend a lot of conferences or, meet with others in marketing, and everyone talks about one to one marketing. I'm not sure we're quite at one to one yet, but we are definitely moving into the age of machine learning and AI around marketing. We're implementing a digital asset management system so that we can get all of this incredible content attributed so that we can let AI start to drive the right message to the guest. I don't always want to assume that I can curate exactly, or my team can curate exactly what marketing piece is going to resonate. I want the guests to tell us through their behavior, how they're clicking, what they're interested in, and then serve them up the content that will be meaningful to them. That's how we connect with them. And it's impossible to do that on the scale that AI can do that. So we're really working towards getting more of our content attributed and getting it into systems so that we can let the algorithms run. We can let our guest, through their behaviors, really determine what is served up to them. So we're working towards that, and we have a roadmap built out. It's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. We don't just, implement systems and then flip switches and suddenly, everything starts running. It's a constant iterative approach, and where I really value the team is the team's coming in and looking at the data, reading the results and saying, okay, I think we need to double down here and actually build out more creative in this area. I think this maybe isn't working as hard as we want it to. You know what? Let's pause this. That is what is so awesome about digital marketing, is that we can grow with it. We can let the customer guide us and keep getting just one step towards them to meet them where they want to be. So we're going to lean heavier into personalization. We're going to lean heavier into content creation. I'm shifting a lot of marketing into influencer and creator space. That's where it makes a ton of sense. If you think about the Build-A-Bear brand, we are a personalization company.
So, Jen, another question. This current inflationary market that we all know and are experiencing, what is this impact on shopper buyer habits, and how is Build-A-Bear approaching this in the holiday season?
In my experience, the toy and children's industry can be a little bit more resilient to inflationary pressures because a good chunk of our business is families, and families creating moments with their children. And even when we're faced with inflationary times or maybe macroeconomic difficulties, families will still tend to carve out opportunities for their children. You'll cut other things that you have in life that are maybe discretionary, but not necessarily what you're doing for your kids. So there's a little bit of just intrinsic resilience that we see in this category. Build-A-Bear is also a great opportunity if maybe people are a little more pressured and they can't travel as much, or those, airline tickets are a little more expensive this holiday. Taking the family, the grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins to a trip to Build-A-Bear to create a day out and a special memory is an affordable event this holiday. So we're optimistic that Build-A-Bear will be able to weather through some of this inflationary pressure. We did take some price increases. We got a little bit ahead of it last year, knowing that these supply chain issues were coming, and we have not seen our guests sort of pull back from those price increases. In fact, our AUR is up, but our overall business is up and our total transactions are up. So we're weathering, the storm well at this point.
Any tips for last minute holiday marketing?
I think marketing this season is going to be really in the moment and real time. So our plan is to be ready with a breadth of content, measure what's working, and be able to constantly adapt throughout the season. So if we see that guest coming earlier, we're going to be ready to just pour the fuel on that fire earlier. And then last year we noticed a little dip after that Black Friday Cyber Week, and then a big pickup again as we led into the holiday. So we're going to watch those curves closely this year. And my tip would be to be ready to be as agile and flexible as possible with marketing, to really read how consumers are behaving as we enter the season. And we're going to use last mile delivery to get as close to the holiday as possible. We now have all of our stores able to ship from store same day with our partnership, or buy online, pick up in store. So we'll be down to the last minute able to meet guests where they want to get their last minute gifts. So we're ready. We are geared up.
That's perfect. Awesome. So we talked about the advances in personalization, the advances in technology, where you see it going. Any more thoughts on kind of how this will evolve with real-time marketing capabilities?
Yeah, this is the future. So as we build out our MarTech stack, we're operating across Salesforce Marketing Cloud, Salesforce Interaction Studio. We have, of course, Commerce Cloud. All of those are integrated with our Service Cloud platform. And we are building out this, as we say and talk about, this 360-degree view of the customer. So our goal is to just move on this continuum. It is truly a journey from lead of a guest all the way through loyalty. And we've layered on the loyalty cloud to now personalize our marketing content against where that guest is in our journey. And we're learning as we go on this and turning up the dial in what's working from a content perspective and a channel perspective, and constantly fine-tuning it. There's oftentimes that I refer to this area a little bit like, NASA, and you come in and there's all this data, all these KPIs, and we're constantly tweaking and fine-tuning and letting these tools continually refine and learn and help us improve our return on ad spend, or our engagement with our guests, our email opens, whatever metric it is that we're focused on for that channel. We're constantly learning from what that content is delivering and then amping up on it. And we'll never be done. This journey never ends. It will only continue to become more personalized and closer to the actual guest.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more great marketing interviews with today's top industry leaders. And thank you to our partners at Salesforce. Salesforce brings marketing and engagement together. Head over to salesforce.com/marketing.